So Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair are the Royal Rumble winners. Now, supposedly everybody, or I guess it said 16,000 dislikes for Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair becoming Royal Rumble winners. But at least they didn't give Charlotte Flair a title shot as soon as she came back, and they made her earn it. And Jey Uso's been over. Main event Jey Uso's been over for a couple of years now, so it's like, hey, and who puts him over? John Cena. Now let's talk about that, right? Remember, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a family member. Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. Spark it up, and let's talk some wrestling.
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
What's poppin'? It's the Boo Shadow. It's Batty Around, Hollywood, Haley J, and you're listening to Wrestling with Weed.
Wrestling with Weed. Check them out.
I'm Sabu, and you're watching Wrestling with Weed podcast.
This is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Wrestling with Weed. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ooh, welcome back, Wrestling with Weed. So Jey Uso winning the 2025 Royal Rumble in Indianapolis. I say, hey, he deserved it. He's been putting in work. And I'm going to tell you like this. Just for me, my perspective, my opinion, I always fucked with the Usos. Even back then when they came out yelling that Samoan shit and had the paint on their face. I always fucked with them. Then when they came to Uso Penitentiary, I liked them even more. They had a little edginess to them. Then they went to the Bloodline, and I liked that too. I liked the whole storyline with that. During the pandemic, during the Thunderdome, during all that, Jey Uso put in work to get over and to be main event Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give it to the guy. That run back on Raw when everybody was just going crazy. It's all me. And I ain't gonna lie. Whoever's writing the story, I don't know if it's the same writer from back then from the past 5 years, but I like Jey Uso, but I wasn't behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was cool. Last year at WrestleMania when we were in Philly, everybody was going crazy for him, and I was like, man, I kind of don't like that. And then Broski was like, maybe he's trying to go to he's trying to cater to a different demographic, which is kids, you know. But if you look in the crowd, there's grown men, grown women, kids, grandpas, everybody. Even I seen the fucking security, you know, doing the yeet shit, you know. And over the years, because it's going to be WrestleMania again, we're going to be in Vegas to watch WrestleMania. Hopefully they never, ever have WrestleMania out of the States. Maybe Canada, maybe Mexico. But God, I hope they never put it in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? They got the crown jewel. They don't need WrestleMania, because next year Royal Rumble's going to be there. And I'm not going to Saudi Arabia to watch the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. But yeah, I got a little vlog coming out about the GCW show the night before. Got Broski's and $5 Donnie's reaction or opinion about the Royal Rumble, because for me, if you say Royal Rumble, give it 1 to 10. It was a solid 7.5, maybe 8. You know what I mean? It could have been a lot better. I love that Jay won. You know what I mean? The whole crowd was going crazy. He brought his son out. It was just dope. It was an emotional time for him. Spark the other ones. And even on Monday Night Raw when he came out and he was getting real emotional in the ring, and you could see how much he knows he's worked for it and he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? That's all organic right there, you know? And honestly, for all the people that are hating, that don't like Jey Uso or don't think he deserves it, he deserves it. And like, he grew on me. The way he was going over, the way he was losing these matches. I was like, man, they're just wasting him. And then I heard a couple of rumors that somebody else was supposed to win the Royal Rumble, but they switched the last moment. And if you weren't planning Jey Uso winning the Rumble, I thought CM Punk. It was Punk was gonna win and try to go get his, but I think Punk might win the Elimination Chamber. But I'm not sure because Cena is in it too. I'm not positive that he's in there, but I seen a little picture saying he might be in there. So it's like Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble makes sense. He had the Intercontinental title for 2-3 weeks, then lost it back to Braun Breaker so that he could go ahead and finish his feud with the Bloodline and the new Bloodline. And Jacob Fatu is coming for Roman Reigns. But I love how they had the backstage video and Jacob went over there and saluted him, even though they're supposed to be at odds. They're supposed to be beefing. Jacob came, appreciate you. We love you. Whatever he was telling him, his brother was there. It was just super dope to see Jay get that moment, because he's been here for a minute. At least, 2012, I think, or 2011, right before Punk left. And he deserves it. I'm with Jay. Yeet all the way, boy. You see how he got that crowd? He had to run it back because the crowd was too crazy, And I kind of felt that maybe he was going to win the Rumble because every time he was coming out on Raw, he had these different celebrities with him. And I'm like, man, they're not putting this much money into him and not have him go over in the Rumble, or the Elimination Chamber. All I know is that he was going to be the main event. One of those world title or WWE title at Mania, So shout out to Jey Uso. Shout out to fucking Jacob Fatu. Shout out to his brother Jimmy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Roman. Shout out to the Bloodline. Let's jump over to Charlotte Flair. Now, Charlotte Flair wins the Royal Rumble. And to me, that's no surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's an alpha, And I'm not going to say that she doesn't deserve it or she deserves it or not. It's not we're fans, so it's not our place to say. I guess it is our place to say, but it's not our place to make the decision. So Charlotte Flair winning it, at least, like I said in the beginning, at least they made her work for it. She had to go through 29 other superstars and get that win. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see her Rhea Ripley again. I mean, we've seen it twice, I think, before. And I mean, it's decent right there. Then you got Tiffy. Now, a match between Charlotte Flair and Tiffy, which I just don't want Charlotte Flair to go against Tiffy because we fuck with Tiffy. Tiffy time, you know what I'm saying? Not only is she pretty, but she's a great athlete. And if she goes against Flair, I think Flair's coming out with the belt. Or she might go for the U.S. titles. But see how, it's pretty dope. She was like, oh, I'm going to go to NXT. And she went to NXT last night. And then checked all them and said, yeah, this is the best women's division in the WWE, but I'm better than everybody. And I love how she's playing that heel role. That's the best. That's the best Charlotte Flair. Play a heel. Nobody wants to see you babyface. They want you a heel. Your dad was a heel the majority of his career. Just be a heel, Now, if anybody in the future were to cash in their Royal Rumble win for an NXT title. And I know plenty of people have teased it, but if they were to go for the NXT championship, whether it's the men that win the Royal Rumble or the women that win the women's Royal Rumble, I think it puts a little damper on the Royal Rumble in general. Like, why are you going to win the Royal Rumble, be on the main roster, and then go back and try to get the developmental title, not the main roster title, because you can't even call them developmental anymore because they're their own show. They're better than AEW and TNA, and that's why they're working with TNA to try to build TNA up. And Jordynne Grace made her return, or not her return, but her debut. And Charlotte Flair got a lot of people to work with, new people to work with in the main roster. So if it was my decision, I would like her to go against Tiffy. Because I don't want to see her go Ripley again. Go against her again and whatever. But She got a lot of titles to win. You got the U.S. title. You got the Intercontinental title, women's title, and I don't even know who the Intercontinental women's champion is. They need to either put somebody else in that position or start showcasing that more, because I don't even know the girl's name. I just seen a picture of her the other day, and I didn't even know who she was. And we watch a lot of wrestling. But, yeah, Charlotte Flair winning, everybody hates it. At least she had to earn it, you know what I mean? And that's her gimmick. She's the best. She whoops everybody. She beats everybody. So what did you expect? When I seen it was her, I think it was her. She was the last 4 or 5 people in the ring. I go, Charlotte's winning it. Who the hell's going to throw off Charlotte? You know what I mean? The only other person I see that could be in the Rumble that's not champion that could beat her is Nia Jax. And then that new girl from NXT. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. Shout out to that new girl NXT. I don't know your name. I don't know if Broski knew your name, but we didn't know your name. But she's a powerhouse. She's a beast. But it's you can't hate on it, man. People hate WWE for making Charlotte Flair Royal Rumble winner and Jey Uso Royal Rumble winner. And it's it's a different type of hate than AEW. Because, I'm an AEW fan, I'm a WWE fan, I'm a TNA fan, I'm an MLW fan, I'm a wrestling fan. But there's a lot of people that I've met at AEW shows that only watch AEW. And that was me for a little while in the beginning when AEW started. I was just, let me just watch AEW, and I will catch Raw here and there. Nothing very interesting going on, you know what I mean? Until these past 8. Even the pandemic. I started watching a little more there because, we're in the house all the time, so, whatever. But Brock Lesnar was there. I always see when Brock Lesnar was there. And CM Punk really... AEW brought me back into wrestling because I really haven't been watching wrestling since Punk left. And even then, I was watching sporadically because I was watching, Punk's going to be on tonight, or I'll read this, Punk's going to be here, and John Cena's going out with Punk. I'll watch those. But it wasn't like I'm watching it now, or watching it every week, trying to see what's going on with the new storylines, And Charlotte Flair is what's best for business. You know what I mean? Maybe she could put over a couple of these stars. Maybe beat Tiffany at Rumble, and then at Backlash lose it back to her, putting her over and having a great match with Tiffany. Because I know her and Tiffany could have a great match at Rumble. Now, Jey Uso, who Jey Uso's going to pick, we're not sure who Jey Uso's going to pick. It would be dope if it was Cody, but he's not beating Cody. And I have a feeling Cody's not going to lose the title till WrestleMania 42. They're going to give him one more year run and pass it over. And then he could go and win the Intercontinental title, win the World title. Because Punk needs a title too. Punk wants the main event. And I was pretty sure Punk was going to win this Rumble because he's getting the older age. And they're like, we'll take care of him now, give him his main event at WrestleMania, So we'll see. We don't know where The Rock's at. We don't know where Roman Reigns. I don't know if Roman Reigns got attacked by Seth Rollins afterwards. Maybe they got something going on. Or maybe him and Triple H. Or maybe him and Punk got something going on. Or maybe they'll all be in the Elimination Chamber. But, yeah, maybe if Liv Morgan wins the belt back from Tiffany, which I don't see that happening. But maybe if she does, or from, I don't know if she was with Ripley, she took the belt from her. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could go here. A lot of ways. And like always, put your opinions in the comments section below. And let's see which way you'll want Jey Uso's story to unfold and Charlotte Flair's story to unfold. I just feel like no person that ever wins the Royal Rumble, men or women, should ever go and cash it in for the NXT title. Maybe the Money in the Ladder, Money in the Bank, maybe that you could go cash it in for an NXT championship, but not the Royal Rumble. That's for the main roster. And if you start doing that, then there's no reason for people in NXT to thrive to get to the main roster, because they're already in the Royal Rumble. They could win it and just, do whatever. But yep, that's our opinion, and I'm gonna put right now we'll see what Broski and $5 Donnie thought of WrestleMania, Royal Rumble 2025. I give it a 7.5, and here they go. See what they give it. I'm here with my boy $5 Donnie. He's gonna give me his impression, right? Impression of Royal Rumble 2025.
All right, I'm gonna say Royal Rumble overall. It's at least a 9 for sure. Especially rewatching on TV, it was pretty dope. Because watching it live it was one thing, but being in your own little world and whatnot.
How was Indy?
It was it's a nice little getaway weekend place. I'll give you that. After that, I'm ready to go home.
What did you think about the ladder match?
Tits.
My boy smashed him through the fucking.
I was pretty much entertained the whole time. It was like,
we were high as fuck.
yeah, it was like 4 hours long. And it was pretty dope. Definitely got your money's worth, man. Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's my boy $5 Donnie. We got Broski right here too. He's gonna give us his outlook on WrestleMania Royal Rumble 2025.
I had a good time. It was my first Royal Rumble. Thought it'd be a little bit more surprises, but overall, in general, it was a good show. The place was a good. The stadium, Lucas Oil, was cool. Very fucking big.
To be made in '89, right? Fuck.
But other than that, it was a pretty decent show. I'd probably give it like an 8.
How about the ladder match?
Kevin Owens had a hell of a performance, but I don't think he should have won. But he went crazy last night.
Took some crazy bumps, right?
Hell yeah! And
So did Cody.
I thought the girls' Royal Rumble was actually a little bit better than the guys.
Ooh, you heard his take. Women's Royal Rumble was a little more exciting than the guys' Royal Rumble.
The crowd, because like I said, it was the first match of the night, but yeah, it was more hyped, I think.
Ooh, there you have it. For my boy $5 Donnie, Broski, Luciano Bands, Wrestling with Weed.
Yeah.